figure out when you're coming out here next, Miss.
I know.
And we have to figure out if you're, we're live. We're live.
We're live.
We're live on the Ripple Effect. This is the season ender of the Ripple Effect. We are taking a hiatus after
this
today.
is the season finale, yeah.
Season finale.
A season finale. Is someone going to go missing? Oh wait, that's Netflix. Okay.
Right. This is the season finale of the Ripple Effect 2023. And then we will resume. Do you know when we're resuming, David?
Probably not until like mid-September, but we'll see.
And we'll see about those summits that we want to have happen. David likes to do summits, like short and sweet summits. So,
Oh, I love summits. Tell us more about that, David.
well, first and foremost, let's first welcome my co-host, the brains behind the brains of the Ripple Effect is David Kirsten. Wide Angle Media, David Kirsten. He's got not one, but two interview podcasts. One is called Quantum Leap, one is called The Ripple Effect, and then he's got his programs going on. What's your latest program called, David?
It's the Quantum Leap Masterclass. Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, I have some more stuff on that, but I'm not going to announce anything right now. The summit, Erika did this great women's summit. So
last year for Women's International Day, we had a 3-hour summit supported by Mr. David Kirsten, and we had badass lead speakers that you know many of them, and Gail Knott, and we had a speaker from a nonprofit called Missy speak, and it was super powerful, and it was cool, really cool. So
yeah, I first wanted to do a check-in about some of your upcoming events, because this is the last time we have to talk about them, Erika.
Okay, so May 5th, Elaine, are you part of the May 5th Gather event?
Well, yes, I am.
Well, we are both we're both featured speakers in the Gather Community Spring Showcase. So tune in on, and if you would like to attend, we have a low cost way that you can attend. If you have the link easily handy, Elaine, you can share it, or I can share my link. We'll put it in the chat for people.
I will. Let me dig for that while you're talking, my love.
Okay, cool. So May 5th is our next speaker thing that we're doing with Gather Community, which if you don't know about gather.com, I believe is the website. It was founded by Tracy Root, our friend. And
is that the same as the restaurant over there in Berkeley?
No, that's a different restaurant, but that restaurant came first. I love that restaurant. I know the people who created it. And so what's elsewise coming up is every Wednesday I host a dance party at noon my time, 2:00 your time, Elaine, and 3 p.m. Coast time. And that is called midweek Dance Your Prayers is what I'm calling it. Midweek Dance Your Prayers, Sweat Your Prayers, kind of inspired. And a friend of mine named Harmony, she's the DJ, and she also shares her playlists through Spotify. And so everybody's welcome, and it's a great way to shake it out, move it out. And then the other thing that's coming up is a reiteration of my my course, my Holistic Approaches to Healing course. So that will be offered shortly, probably by May 5th, I'll have it all together. And so that's what I have going on. Are we ready for you? Or are we ready for our featured speaker guest today?
We're going to get to her. I don't need to do a check-in beyond what we already did.
Oh, yes.
I will mention the big thing. We just talked about it for 45 minutes, or a Rotary Mastermind that's coming up on May 18th. And
I'm coming. I'm coming to that.
Okay, at the New Parkway, which is like really one of the best venues anywhere. So
I go there for karaoke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. So intended for businesses, organizational leaders, and it's going to feature, top people from Oakland Rotary to really help take your organization to the next level, and make the case why you should look at joining Oakland Rotary too. So I'll put the link to the event in the comments. And with that,
Yeah.
I'm going to read Elaine's bio. Elaine Williams is our guest today, and then I'm going to let you do a personalized testimonial. Elaine is a video and visibility coach, speaker, and she was on our podcast a long time ago, about 2 or 3 years ago now. She's a best-selling author and comedian. She helps hundreds of mission-driven entrepreneurs show up powerfully as their most authentic, incredible selves on camera so that they can expand their reach and grow their businesses. Erika referred to you as the Instagram master at our last BNI meeting. So she's a well-versed in Instagram and social media. And as Erika will explain more, she helps cultivate their charisma on and off camera. Elaine spoken in 43 states, 4 countries, and her TV credits include America's Got Talent, Saturday Night Live, HBO, ABC, NBC, Fox TV, the New York Times, Hay House Radio, and the Huffington Post. And more importantly, her clients have too. With her 20 years.
Uh-oh. Did we lose David? In her 20 years? Oh,
He's coming back.
I think
your internet is funky. You want to
can you hear me okay?
We can hear you now.
No,
Okay.
we got you. We got you.
Little
in her
spotty
20
here.
years, in her 20
And
years, what were you saying?
yeah, with her, just a couple more lines here. 24 years of transformational training, along with her 30 plus years of performing. She has a breadth of knowledge and experience that few performance coaches possess. Elaine shows her clients how to be credible and authentic when speaking, and how to craft compelling core messages that captivate and keep audiences leaning in every time. So with that, I know she's a close friend and associate and training partner of you, Erika. So just give us the nitty gritty about how you guys know each other and what you guys get up to together.
Oh my God, the anticipation. You can see that she's just like, can I talk now? Can I talk now? So yeah, I adore Elaine, and I appreciate getting to be in your class because it's helping me to get out of my own way once again. And it's a daily process. Once again, it's a daily, minute by minute process. And I appreciate what I'm learning in your deep dive class. And you have so many great gifts to offer and ways for people to tune in and play with you and get your support. So without further ado, Elaine Williams.
Well, thank you.
Tell us something good. It's so great.
Thank you both. Thank you both for having me. And thank you. Yeah, David, it's great to see you. I think it was the beginning of COVID, which feels like, I don't know about y'all, but like lifetimes ago.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Long time ago.
And I love what you said, Erika, that it's a daily thing, because I do, like, I'm a ham. I have been performing my entire life, and still there are some days where I don't feel like feeling vulnerable. There are some days where I'm like, oh, my tongue, I'm my jaws, I don't know, and I have a joke that, like, this is my friend, the inner critic, the imposter syndrome, inner critic, and this is perfectionism. And, these are like my peanut galleries, and I've spent a lot of money trying to get rid of them. And, what I've learned is there's certain things I can do to turn down their volume, and they're just trying to protect me. And that's true for all of us. And whenever you're stepping into that next level of visibility, or you say, okay, I've been on a ton of podcasts, now I want to go on some bigger ones, or now I want to go on bigger stages, what comes up are like these little things. So, I think it's a daily, it's a muscle. It's a muscle, right?
I love the name of your website, Captivate the Crowd. And you help your clients do that. You help your students, your clients, your comrades to do that, captivate the crowd, where people just can't help but look at you, lean in, and want to hear more.
Well, and that's what I hope for everybody. I was speaking with a new friend yesterday about comedy, and how sometimes people don't realize it is a privilege and an honor to be on anybody's stage, right? To be on this platform is a privilege and an honor. So thank you. And I think about it as like church. synagogue. Human beings have been sitting around the fire telling jokes and stories and things since the dawn of time, before language was written, right? And so I just hope that I help people when they have the opportunity, whether it's in front of 2 people or 2,000, to have thought about what they want to communicate. Not that it has to be perfect, but that they're in a state of, I'm honored to be here, and this is what I would love to share. Whether it's a stand-up joke or improv or a TED Talk or at the BNI saying, hey, this is my 60-second commercial, da, 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 da. Can I breathe? Right? Like it's an honor. And I think sometimes people forget that. So.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah. I know early on in BNI, I thought that really the best way to get known is to do public speaking. And I haven't really done much beyond the podcast, but we've had great success with that. And I know Erica's really shined out there in our circles. So whatever you've been doing with her has been working. And I
You've
think,
been seeing my Instagram posts, David, and you've been liking them.
yeah. I mean, but
Yay.
you do a lot of speaking at events. I feel like that's how you meet a lot of people too, is these events that you speak at.
Yeah,
But
different events. I prefer those in-person events because there's nothing like the energy. And
Right.
what has been so fun about Miss Elaine is she helps people get over their fear of being on that device, whatever device that is. Like, so what is your favorite thing about that, Elaine? Because you're so good at it. And
Well,
yeah.
yeah, thank you. And I think, we all have these inner critics or inner blocks or fear. When I first started doing live video, I was like, oh, no, I want to do recorded. I was afraid that my comedy buddies would come along on Facebook Live and make fun of me. So I was very much like, hello. I wasn't, I wasn't bold. I wasn't big. And then I realized, like, okay, my commitment is bigger than some knucklehead coming on here saying something silly. And, you can always delete it or just ignore them. And so, I work with my clients about, why did you start? And what is your mission? And when you
Bring it
get
to the why.
connected with helping others and wanting, I don't like anybody to suffer, and I want to make a difference, and I want to use my story for good. So that pulls me forth on those days when I'm not necessarily feeling it. And so that's what I like to work with my clients about, because, as human beings, we can rationalize anything. Oh, Mercury's in retrograde. Oh, it's too sunny. It's too cloudy. I'm too this, I'm too that. And, when you're committed and connected with that, that is so much bigger than I'm having a bad hair day or it's cloudy or whatever. So I think as entrepreneurs, we get to practice that, right? Because it's a daily thing. It's a daily gift,
Yeah.
And
Do
also, I
you-
mean, I love trying to make people laugh too. And I love making fun of myself because, it's humanity, this crazy thing called humanity, right?
Amen. Amen. And David, are you posting yourself as an entrepreneur? Are you posting things yourself in different social media places? Like, I don't know if you have a schedule, but Elaine has sort of been encouraging me to do things daily. And how are you with that process for yourself? Are you up to snuff, so to speak? Or would you like to be doing more with your posts?
I think I'm good. I've kind of evolved my strategy over time. I do use all the platforms. I know Twitter has some new things they're doing, which is kind of interesting. So I'm going to be putting more videos on there. But I really focus on video, and that's what makes me unique in that I do videos. So I'm good. I think is it this explosion of online content, a lot of it doesn't have to be um it can be just like one photo or something and a little story behind that photo. So
Right.
the thing I've learned to just be brief about certain things, and um
Very cool.
there's really different needs for everyone, I think, depending on what you do, who you're trying to reach. So I don't know if you have any thoughts for business owners. I was going to say, I do think the need for this is probably greater than any other service out there for small business. And a lot of the people are just, they're kind of frozen that they don't do it, but they need to know how to do it. So if you have any tips for maybe small businesses
Oh,
and
sure. That's
how to get
that's a
started, yeah.
great question. Thank you for the question. That's so great. Yes, because you don't need fancy equipment. We're not producing an Oscar award-winning thing, right? Obviously, you want to have thoughtful about your background, as Erica is dramatic, and you want to have light coming towards your face, not behind, but towards your face, because we want to be able to see you. And you want to think about, who you are and who you help and what makes you uniquely qualified.
The avatar, like you've talked about this, David,
Right.
and yeah, totally. What's your ideal human that you serve? And then speaking to that pinpoint, and then everybody can be like, oh,
And
is
it's interesting too, because I always say I want people to drop in, right? So if I'm like in performance mode, I'm like thinking of the room, right? So that's like a stage energy. But if I'm gonna do camera work, I want to be dropped in, and I want to just be looking at my friend. We're having coffee. Like, hey, have you thought about Colgate? It might help you with your dating. I'm just kind of like having a simple conversation with my friend. And that just takes practice, is learning to make the camera your friend. And you can put a picture of your dog. You can put a picture of anything that makes you giggle, right? And it just takes practice and just, focusing on the value that you give. And it's just like when we first started driving cars, right? We were super aware that we were not good drivers, right? We were consciously aware of our incompetence. And then we did it and we did it and we did it. And now we're unconsciously aware of our competence. We're like, how did I even drive here? And so that's one reason I'm such a huge fan of like practice and keep doing it, because the more you do it with a little bit of tweaking, the more comfortable you're going to be. And then
Yeah.
obviously lighting angles, some of the basics will help you. But when you feel like, okay, this is me, I'm 55, so this is what you get, I'm not a tall model. I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to help people with their video and maybe have some fun, because if you're having fun with it, people can sense that, right? So many times I work with mostly women. A lot of times we're trying to get it right. What's the script? I'm a straight A student. I got to get it right. And so I still bump up against that. And so I'll be like, okay, wait, is anybody sitting there with a clipboard measuring your words? No.
And the founder of my health company, he says, lighten up and your sales will brighten up. And like having fun with your posts, and you may be even posting about a serious topic. Like I posted about a protest I attended yesterday, and it's a very serious topic, and still we can have like a little bit of lightness because it's needed. The comic
Yes.
relief is needed in these serious times, so.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
if you can help your clients, David, so do you coach, make videos for like local businesses?
Yeah. Yeah, all businesses really. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just say one tip I've learned is actually the way to get people comfortable with being on cameras. I don't have a lot of people on camera because a lot of people, they'll do a video, but they don't want to be on camera like to that degree. I am fascinated with how you would coach somebody to talk into the camera like you do. You do very good with that, and that's something I'm not the best at. I makes me think I should get a off-board camera, so because like on these IMAX, the camera's like way up here, so it's so uncomfortable to always look up there. But I found a number of things that mine are a little bit unconventional, where I do most of my videos with voiceover and then B-roll instead of
Okay.
talking on camera. Yeah.
No, that's great. I mean, I think there's room for all of it. And I coach my people, like, you don't have to be a talking head the whole time. You can be like, hey, it's Elaine, and I want to show you this really cool tower garden thing my friend Erika is growing. And then that's it. And then the rest of it can be voiceover, B-roll, music, whatever. Yes. So I love that. Meet people where they are.
Yeah, yeah.
Besides, we're gonna wrap up shortly, and but besides May 5th, what do you have coming up, Miss Elaine?
Oh gosh, that went so fast. So
I know.
at the third
Oh, we got a bit of a
Thursday
late
of
start.
every month, so this is May 20th, I believe. I'm sorry, May
You can go to
18th.
your website, right, to see all your events, or
Yes, go to
it's-
captivatethecrowd.com. Anyway, I do a short form video masterclass that is free every month, and I'm adding a special improv for speakers
woo woo.
on the 25th, and that is
Ooh.
free, and it's going to be great if you've ever worried about how to grab them and hold them, or what if somebody challenges you. You're going to be bulletproof by the time you leave this class.
Yay. And I've attended the Insta master classes, the ones that are the one shot deal, and then come play with you more. And this, the improv for speakers, run, don't walk, because guess what? Elaine got to teach the comedy aspect on our cruise. We bringing humor into your talk. So improv is synonymous with fun and funny. So bringing more fun into your talks. And I did give you your handouts that you had for me for my comrade Harold, and he was like, thank you, I need that. And I'm like, yes, you do. So it was a no-brainer to have Harold know about this, because he's a speaker, and David, you're a speaker. So how do you bring comedy into what you do? It's like, we all need this. So thank you so much,
Yeah.
Elaine. And David, what are your closing thoughts with Elaine, the goddess, being here with us today?
I have a lot of great links that she gave that I can tell she's a speaker, how well she presents her stuff, that we're going to share. And do check out her website and some of her courses. I guess the one kind of hot tip I'd give, and it's something that I think Elaine can help with, is if that you just try to improve by 1%
Yes.
each day. The kind of the theme of this show, that small changes make big difference. And I've seen that with Erika. I probably see that with the people you work with, and you definitely see that on video, just by getting people to do video. And just don't be afraid to just be maybe bad on some of your
Or
segments,
just to make mistakes,
but just by
it shows-
doing that. Yeah.
Yes.
It and not be perfect. In fact, it helps people to lean in.
Yes. It's so
Yeah.
brilliant. Thank you, David. Thank you for bringing that up, because I think sometimes we want to change everything, and it's like, okay, just focus on one thing. If you say a lot, okay, focus on taking breaths and pausing and shooting for less ums. And then once that gets better, then you shoot for the net, Yes. Great point. Brilliant
Yeah.
point.
The other thing I will say, that I think the top people on video, they've mastered that looking into the camera. And I know I'm no good with that, but you'll see it in the photos and the videos that they do. This relationship that these top speakers have with the camera, like, in order to get to that level, there's no like way around that. So I think that's another thing where you need a coach to be able to like work with on that somehow. So I'd love, that is one thing that I would need help with, but
Well, we'll
because
talk.
I'm
We'll
too
talk.
stubborn. Yeah, but yeah. So that would be a great quick tips video. Maybe we could work on together or something,
I
so,
would love that. I would love that very much.
okay.
right on.
Well, very good. I'll put the links to your stuff. Sorry, we got a bit of a late start, but definitely in high demand what you do, and we'll share some of the links to the things in your email that you sent me. Do check out her website, and we'll look at having you back at some point when we resume. So
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you both.
You're
bye,
so
everyone. Thanks
we
for joining.
adore you, and have a great rest